Hello, people. Pod here. I'm going to go over my Podio setup here with you guys. I did another video before where it's basically set up on the free side of Podio. Now I'm going to kind of recap that there a little bit with the automation. So here we go. So within here, this is my build out here and how it's being used. I got the main apps up here, seller leads, which is the main one that we're going to be staying in. Financials, deal structure are fields within here. And then buyers, title company, wholesalers, JV investors, and realtors are attached to the seller leads. And later on, I'm going to go over the JV leads and the VA leads and the websites and the offers app here that actually get pushed to and move things around. So for starters, really quick, remember we got the financials here where we put together the financial structure of the houses, of the properties, of the deals itself, what they owe, what they don't owe, what the arrears are and stuff like that. Then we have our deal structure, how we're going to do it, how we're going to acquire it, get rid of it, dispose it, keep it as a rental, make our decisions and all that stuff. And then we have our buyers, title companies and all that stuff to attach in here. So really quick, just a quick rundown. We have our lead that comes in. We use my buddy here, Dr. Dre, and now we got phone numbers, emails, all the good stuff that comes in here. We have our motivation stage breaks, our different breaks in here that actually break everything up in here, so it doesn't look like one big run through of junk and clutter within here. Trying to keep these apps as minimal as possible with it still being 100% functional. So everything within here, we're actually using every single line, and every line has its ability and everything like that. So we got follow-up. We got our follow-up section here with the due date that reflects to the calendar. So when you do that, it creates an action there. It creates your calendar and goes into your Google and all that good stuff. Then we have our mild section of property information here. And then we go down into the seller information, what their asking price is, timeline, stuff like that. Then we have our financial section. I will step back to that one here in a minute. Our offer section is, where we're actually putting together our offer, whether it's a verbal, written, what our offer price is, what the expiration date is on that for that offer, things like that. If it's accepted, it's not. And then we have the send to offers button here. So then this here will actually push us over into the offers where then we can go through and create the offer automatically. Deal structure, we've seen that before. Again, I'll just touch back on all this stuff. But the thing is that what I've done through here is I've cleaned everything up so you can actually see the most imperative information at a quick glance, such as in our deal structure here. So we have our purchase price. This is our total entry fee. The sale price of the entry fee. This is our cash flow if we're keeping it as a rental. And this is what our monthly wrap flow would be if we were to do it as a wrap. So then we got that acquisitions side here. We got our title company that, again, cleaned that up. So now we can access our contact there, their address, the phone number. So we can start calling and texting right from here, utilizing just calling. I will touch on that too. And so we come in here, we have our inspection period, showing date and all that good stuff. Set up your JV partners, their fee and everything, and then your buyers. So we got this calculation here with our estimated profits, which is dispo price minus the acquired price minus your JV fee for whatever it is that we have there. If you have one, you don't, cool. If you don't, no biggie. It just means more money in your pocket. But this is all calculations that actually come out of here. So let's just say we went down to 210 on this. Boom. Everything updates automatically. Everything is saved over here on the slide. How are you going to acquire disposition of this property, the member, and all that stuff? And so then now we actually have this down here too, where we're where you can keep track of this on your main screen to see, where all your deals are coming in, whether or not they're all coming from cold calling or door knocking, referrals, websites, whatever. So you can keep track of all that. Again, you can keep put all your tasks in here and everything too. And so then when we go back, I'll go back up here to the financial section again. So we have that here. Boom. The ARV, estimated equity, property square foot. So property square foot now is property square foot times your price per square foot. So this is going to vary from state to state, from city to city. That's all going to be on you. So get with your buyers, find out what their low side of price per square foot is to their high side for their rehabs, and you can utilize those. This number has changed in between. However it is that you want to look at it, it's square foot times this gives you your square foot rehab cost. Estimated repairs here is for when you actually go through and walk through the property. You're actually getting your actual numbers that you already have. 8,000 for the kitchen or whatever. That there's going to be your hands-on number that you actually put in there. So I've changed up the mail section here too. So we have our mail section here, which is our ARV times whatever percentage that we want in here. So you can change this up and put in whatever percentage you want. 0.82. Let's go with that. And that's going to go 300,000 times 0.82 minus our square foot rehab cost minus our desired profit is going to give us our mail. So you can change this variable up, you can change this variable up, and you can change up your square foot variable rehab cost right here by utilizing these numbers and your ARV right there. So we have that. Then we have, so along with that, then too, we have our first mortgage plus second plus HELOC plus our liens gives us a grand total of what is actually owed on the property. So we can actually go back and forth and match and make up and look at our numbers, make sure that we're going to be able to make a good deal. Again, everything here, all these fields, all these relationship fields relate back to where they are. So such as this is we're in the financials app here, and we're just going to go right back here to Dr. Dre and goes and takes us right back here. I don't have to back out. I don't have to go anywhere else. All I got to do is just click that relationship. That's where we just were. So ARV, there's my totals right there on the property, our maximum allowable offer right there, and our desired profit for that. Then again, we come down here into the offer. Now we're into the deal structure. Again, I got the purchase price, my total entry fee, my cash flow, and my monthly wrap fee right there. So again, I made some changes in here too. We got our total purchase price, what we're doing, our assignments fee that we're looking to make on it, our deal structure and notes. So example, we're getting this deal for 30 years with a 10-year balloon. These are all this is all your entry fee right here, which comes out to here. So if you don't have anything in there, that's fine. Let's go ahead and put 2,000 back in there, and that there jumps that up to 14,000. This is done automatically. Here's our cash flow for rentals. So here's our rent rate minus our service company fee minus the HOA, and principal interest is seller and or the bank. In this instance here, our original mortgage is $800 and $200 is going to the seller. So that's going to be a total payment that we have to pay as being $1,000. Monthly taxes, insurance, all those numbers are going to be what you put in. War chest comes out automatically. That's 10% of your rent rate. So that your war chest comes out automatically. Everything comes out. Boom. You are now at making $128 a month. Keep it or wholesale it, do something with it, whatever it is that you want to do. Come down here into this next section here. This is wraps. This is the wrap section. No, not the white boy wrap in here or nothing, but the wraps in the financial industry here of wrapping deals. So instance here, we got 150 this is all the acquired price. So we got 150. We're acquiring this property at 150,000 at 2% interest. And let's say our monthly payment to them is 600. Okay, so that's our original monthly payment. So we can do, this is your down payment, on your wrap price. So let's say that someone's putting down $10,000, and now our wrap price, say we were doing this at 210. Now we can only be charging them the interest on the 200, not the 210, because they've already paid that down in cash. So we're not going to have to deal with anything there. So we have 200,000. You can see up here to the right that we do have the little notes in here. Wrap price you want is example, acquired the price at 200, wrap it at 250 with a $50,000 wrap increase. That's your wrap price from your original acquired price. Now your wrap interest itself is going to be your original interest included in your wrap interest. So in this case here, our original interest is our acquired interest is 2%. We're going to wrap this up to 6%, and so we're adding on 4% into this. This is the only outside number that you must put in. This one right here, this is your need a mortgage calculator for this. This one is a very intricate number. You have to do your whole mortgage calculation on this. That total number is what's going to go in here. So then we have, from here, if we're going to do the wrap as 30 years, then we would do 360 and here. And what it's actually doing is it's taking this number, dividing it by the 360, giving us a monthly wrap payment that the buyer is going to be paying us, or needs to be paying, of $1141.96. And our monthly wrap flow is, the calculations here are, what we're doing is we're taking the monthly wrap flow here minus our original monthly payment, which is then going to give us our monthly wrap flow. Boom, there you go. This number will actually change based upon here, because your monthly wrap payments are determined by your wrap total divided by the number of months. This has been checked by the calculators, where if I take this, it has to be your overall total. That's the only way that this works. And then you just take that and divide that by your number of months. As a wrap, that's what we're doing. That's what we're changing. That's what we're putting in here. This is going to be our wrap flow on this. Again, take it or leave it. Keep it as a wrap. Without owning the property, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Again, down here at the bottom, it goes back and shows you what fields that those are actually related to. So we go back and we click on that, and it takes us right back to the seller. Again, I do not have to go back to here to try to run into here, and find that and look up that information. I don't have to do anything of that. All I do, scroll all the way down and just go right back to the seller lead on that. That's the main thing that I'm sitting there looking at. So from there, we actually have that. So now updates and the automations, follow-ups in here. We go in here on appointment. It's going to create a trigger for that, an automatic task for that date, for the date that you do have set in here. So it's going to, once you click on appointment, it's going to go ahead and create that that appointment in your calendar for whatever time that you have here, based upon this date in here. Make an offer. It's creates a task there for you for 2 days out. It automatically creates that task. And then, you have your market contract and send assignment and stuff. So there's different through each stage here. This is essentially like 2 days out. Need to send the assignment. 2 days out, market that contract, send that contract, whatever. And so then, like, same thing with the follow-up itself. You're gonna there's follow-up attempt that's going in here today. Follow-up attempt 1, 2, 3, 4, and every time that you put it in there, it's going to tag a note over here that that lead has been called 3 times, and and then it's going to you're going to move it down to the next one, follow-up 1. And it's going to automatically create a task for you within your calendar to go through and do that follow-up again within another 2 days or 3 days or whatever day, however many days you really want to set that up. I have it set up for 2. So every 2 days, I'll go through and follow them up, especially after it's a lead that's come in. So that's the seller lead side. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is go back out of here. And we have our JV leads and our VA leads. So what happens here is that as our JV leads and our VA leads, these both act as this, are pretty much identical in the same aspect in what's going on here. So VA leads is just a form that's submitted by my VA by utilizing call tools. That there, she fills out the form on there and it pushes and drops it right into my right into my pile here. Then I have all that information to go through. Now, the point of this is to go through, and now instead of cluttering everything up, I want to work only out of Podio. So what I'm doing here then is I'm just coming in here. The lead comes in, and now, again, I can still call them and text them right out of here, do my follow-ups right out of here, email them, all that good stuff. So the JV leads, there's certain fields that they have to submit in order for this to go through. And they have to fill out, seller pain, motivation, price, and timeline, and all that good stuff. But here's the thing: is that once we go through here, they go through here, they fill all this out. This is the main section where I'm going through to keep track or to do my follow up with this lead, to deem that it is worthy enough to be moving forward with, because this is a JV lead, so they have been submitted. Again, so these red dots are required fields, so they do have to the date the lead is submitted, they do have to do that. What's cool here too is that they can also when they fill this out, the web form for this, they're filling this date out here as an expected follow-up date, if possible, so they can push it out for a couple days. If it's Thursday, we can call them up on Saturday, whatever. So they can, so in turn, essentially when someone's submitting this is just a rough estimation of a day that if I can call them back at a time, that'd be great, whatever, date and time, here you go. But this here actually goes on my calendar too. Then I can come in here and see, oh, it's a JV lead. Hey, and look up on this too. Also, once somebody fills out this form, I get notified through app and email that the new lead has been submitted. So that's cool. I'm always getting notified. So it comes in, I know what's going on. I have the date that the lead is submitted and all their information. So I have their phone number, their name, their business, and their emails. Again, in here, I can put in whatever the fee that I want that they're bringing to me. So if they brought it as a lead submission, okay, then maybe I'm looking at giving them $500. Maybe it's a JV partner and we're going to do 50-50 on this. Work that lead together, or maybe it's just somebody that brought the buyer or something like that. What's this JV partner's fee? They took pictures, $50, whatever. Any sort of notes with them. So within here, as soon as this thing comes in and I look at this lead, I can then click create the contract, and then it's going to create auto-generate the JV contract, and it's going to create it, and then I just email it right out of here. I don't have to go anywhere else. I don't have to do anything like that. And so then it automatically attaches that agreement here. So this is the one from that we have in our system. And so it goes through, breaks everything down here, and I send it off to you, you sign it, and it comes back. I don't need this to be a 100% contracted agreement, such as what we would with anything. So what we're doing is that's attached there. We have access to that. We can send that and refer back to that at any given time. Wherever we move this is all going to go over there. So once we've gone through here and we've called up this lead and we've deemed and we've talked to them, yeah, it has no clear motivation, has some motivation, whatever, we can keep it in here until we know that we're actually going to be doing a deal. So then once we do that, then we click push to sellers, and it's going to take all the information in here and push it over back over into the seller leads. And so then now that's where we can then continue to work that and push it down further on down the line that we got the contract for it. We're doing this, we're doing that, set up your deal structure, your financials and stuff like that. Start marketing it to your buyers, the title company, open up the escrow. You got your title company there and everything with that. So that's how the JV leads and the VA leads both work, is it pushes them over to the sellers. The only difference is that within the JV leads here is that when the lead does come in, I can, so this guy's done really good on setting up all this information, very, very well filled out. All his information, what type of deal it is. And again, that contract is attached right there. So perfectly good. I love it. Create follow-ups in here that I need to do with that one too. So essentially now those leads are then just pushed around. Same thing with all that information. And now we will go ahead and go to the offers app. So what this is doing is that from the sellers, we go into the offers app. From there, from the offers section, and we say push to the seller to the offers app. And it brings us in here. It creates this lead over here. You know, we got the, you know, it pushes all the information over. And now this is where this automatically creates a PDF for a computer for a generated offer letter. It's the letter of intent that says, hey, we're looking to buy this at this price. Here's your deal structure. We have everything attached to that. So again, I go through here and I create the offer. It's going to create it here. And then it's been created, switches up here. So the offer has been created. And now I can just send it via email. Now it's going to email it to me. It went through. Task follow up on, you know, there you go. That creates a task follow up on offer. So in turn, that automatically goes into my calendar and automatically creates a task. Let's see, as you can see, got those follow ups right there, as well as wait, 2 days follow up offer. So those are tasks that we got to do for the follow up on that offer. So it automatically creates that stuff in there, which is awesome. So now come Monday, I don't have to go back there to do anything. Monday morning, Podio prompts and says, hey, this is what your day looks like. And there we go. Boom. Now I have what's going on with everything in all my days. This is actually synced up to my Google Calendar, which then in turn, everything from my Google Calendar is actually reflected back in here like this. You know, I'm going to see you guys on Monday for that secret agent for the Oscar Flipping Challenge. I'm going to be in that one. So yeah, that's this. That's how this is all working. And so I really hope you guys got this and enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Replied back to this. This is going to be messages going out and a link and stuff for you guys all to see and check out. Anything, write it down below. Any questions? Oh, really quick too. Like I said, I do have Just Call attached to this. So now when I go in here, I can pull up, call them right out of here, call and text them right out of here. 1, through the computer. 2, Just Call app is actually on my phone. All in all, I'm trying to keep everything down as minimal as possible with as minimal transactions of interchanges through different systems, such as like trying to skip out Zapier and everything, trying to make this well combined into a smaller system that's very, very powerful. Now, as you guys have seen, I went through and I touched on every one of these apps. We went through all these. And every field in every app is actually being utilized. You're not paying $200 for the system to only utilize a quarter portion of it. That's where I got tired of it. That's why I went through and I designed this. This is how I designed this. It works for me. This is what I do. Have any questions? Have any insight, feedback, or anything that you'd like to possibly see on this? Maybe not, whatever. Here you go, lead sources. So it keeps track of all that in here. My web links, my quick web link, PropStream.gov, call tools, all that good stuff is in here. Estimated profits, you know, per motivation levels. So in my low motivation, I got 91,000 potentially sitting there. Medium, I got potentially 60,000 sitting there. Anything that comes into your pipeline and stuff. These are all customizable. We can change things around. But this is my Podio. This is how I'm using it. This is how it runs and works for me. I love it. Hope you guys do too. Peace.